good? It's your boy 2K here. Shout out to the movement and everybody who's moving with us. Man, oh man, oh man. Let's just get into this shit, man. This is gonna be a what's hot. And what's hot right now. There's a fight that took place a couple of days ago, specifically this past Thursday, right? And it was the return of former 130-pound champion Francisco Vargas, right? Now, Francisco Vargas is known for his 2 Fight of the Year candidates that were back-to-back in 2015 and 2016 against Takashi Miura, who was also a former champion at 130 pounds, and then, of course, Orlando Salido, who's a former champion as well, right, respectively. Now, since then, he's gone on to lose to Miguel Berchelt, you know what I'm saying, in 2017. He was knocked out in the 11th round. Miguel Berchelt is still currently the 130-pound WBC champion, so losing that fight the way he did, it kind of took some steam off of Francisco Vargas. And I believe Vargas is like 33, 34 years old right now, so a lot of people kind of like, well, he's one-dimensional, he fights only one style, one way, 34 years old, he's on his way out the door, right? So right after that fight, he came in, fought Stephen Smith. Stephen Smith had a big-ass cut on his ear and shit, had to stop fighting, but, you know, Vargas was winning that fight pretty handily. And even after that fight, we were kind of like, yeah, I don't know if Vargas is back yet. We'll see. Nigga's still old, still one-dimensional. We'll see, right? But then, this past Thursday, he gets in the ring against a guy that we've all come to love, right? And I mean that with the utmost sarcasm. My man, Salka. Now, y'all remember Salka, right? That's the cat who was ranked number 77 at 135 pounds. At the time, Danny Garcia decided to bring him up to 140 in order to openly duck the undefeated Victor Postal at that time, right? Victor Postal was the unknown mandatory of Danny Garcia's at 140, a guy that a lot of people didn't really know, but they knew he was a fucking problem, right? And apparently Danny Garcia's team knew he was a fucking problem because they openly ducked him and decided to fight Salka. And later on, we ended up understanding why Danny Garcia ducked Victor Postal the way he did after he fought Lucas Matthysse, right? But Salka was that guy that they chose to fight instead of challenging themselves against Postal. And of course, since Salka, who wasn't even a contender in his home weight division, let alone being one at 140, being this was his first fight at 140, at least his first big fight at 140, well, he moved up, got in the ring, then got knocked the fuck out in the second round, right? But the news is, and the reason why people are starting to laugh even more at this clown-ass motherfucker by the name of Salka, is that in this fight against Francisco Vargas, this dumb, stupid, fruit fly brain having motherfucker decided to enter the ring against a Mexican wearing trunks that titled America First and that had the pattern of a brick wall. Basically symbolizing Donald Trump's ideology of building a wall to keep the Mexican immigrants out of the United States. And he did it against a guy who was fucking born in Mexico. And not only that, he did it against a guy that was born in Mexico that is a much better fighter than you are, right? Who was possibly at the end of his fucking rope, right? But you allowed this motherfucker to have more confidence in doing something so stupid. That's exactly what happened. He got in there and beat the fuck out of Salka. Yo, he basically unlocked the old Francisco Vargas. Not the one in his last fight. Even though he beat Stephen Smith pretty handily, we still had questions about whether or not Vargas could still be a contender at 130, right? Not the one that had a draw with Orlando Salido, or not the one that lost to Miguel Berchelt. No, he brought back the one that knocked out Takashi Miura in the 9th round, right? The one that knocked out fucking Juan Lopez in the 3rd round, right? The one that beat the shit out of Abner Cotto. He brought back that Francisco Vargas. Boy, Francisco Vargas in that night, that motherfucker was 24 years old. He wasn't 34. After he seen them trunks in that brick wall, and he noticed how a lot of these motherfuckers are closet racists, oh, he said, yo, this is real shit right here. for some reason, I feel a little bit younger. Damn. Did somebody put something in my drink? Because I don't feel 34. My knees ain't popping no more. My back don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm 24 years old right now. I'm about to fuck this motherfucker up. And that's exactly what happened. I could tell y'all the conversation, man. Yo, one of Francisco Vargas' boys peeped Salka. You know what I'm saying? Because Vargas is in the locker room before the fight. You know, he's doing his thing and shit. He don't know what Salka got going on in his locker room. He can't see that shit, right? So they peeped Salka before they actually did, you know, the whole hand wraps and shit where they have his team go over there and check Salka's hand wraps. That'd be the only time they could see him, right? So they peeped him. They said, hey, check it out, Holmes. Look at his fucking shorts, eh? Look at his shorts, vato. We're gonna have to tell Francisco, vato. They tell Francisco, he's like, vato, are you fucking serious, eh? I'm gonna fuck him up, Holmes. There's no fucking games. We don't play no fucking games over here, vato. I'm gonna fuck him up. That was the conversation, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened, man. Look, Salka, come here, bro. Come here, man. Bro, next time you decide to make some type of psychological statement, right? You gotta be a little bit smarter. First of all, let me just say this. You gotta be a better fighter, right? Floyd Mayweather made a psychological statement when he got in the ring with Oscar De La Hoya wearing that fucking sombrero, right? And wearing the Mexican colors. That was a psychological statement. But Floyd Mayweather had the skill set to back it up, you dumb motherfucker. You don't. You a C-level fighter, nigga. I can go find a 15-year-old boxer right now, put him in a ring with you, and he knocks you the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here! Are you kidding me? Salka should retire. I'm just saying. He ain't really nobody anyway. He ain't never gonna be a world champion. He's over there getting embarrassed on national television. Just retire, bro. Maybe you could train or something. I thought he was training. I don't know. Paul Spadafora is his trainer. Paulie, man, you should have had better guidance for your fighter, man. You just pretty much put that motherfucker out there to get just blitzed against this Mexican fighter. You even made him young again, man. Dumbass motherfucker. Next! So, the split between Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao is official. Manny Pacquiao actually kind of hoed Freddie Roach. And that's how a lot of cats act, you know what I'm saying? You could have the best relationship with a fighter. Or not even a fighter. Let me say this. You could have the best relationship with a person, right? Y'all could be two peas in a pod. But then one day they start feeling a certain way, and they may not even grant you enough respect to tell you how they really feel and just ultimately end the relationship right then and there, right? According to Freddie Roach, that's exactly what Manny Pacquiao did. Now, a few weeks ago, Pacquiao's advisor, Michael Konz, he came out and was like, yeah, you know, the only trainers we're going to have for the fight with Lucas Matthysse is going to be Boy Fernandez. He came out and said that shit a few weeks ago. And a lot of people, you know, it was a red flag for people like, yo, is Manny having trouble with Roach? But really, everybody kind of swept that shit to the side and was like, you know, he just said that. Maybe they haven't really talked to Roach yet. And Roach actually came out back then and said, yeah, I haven't heard nothing from Manny, and we should be starting training camp soon. Well, what Freddie Roach was thinking at that time has come to fruition, obviously, right? Now, yesterday, I had seen a tweet from Lance Pugmire, and he mentioned that Manny Pacquiao only talked about Boy and the other guy. I can't remember the last name. It's like Neri or something like that. Neri, something like that. Another guy in his camp that's going to be his trainer. And it was apparent yesterday on the tweet that I read that Freddie Roach is gone. You know what I'm saying? So Roach actually responded to this, and he basically said, and I quote, Manny and I had a great run for 15 years, longer than most marriages and certainly a rarity for boxing. I wouldn't trade any of it. Inside the boxing ring and the political ring, I wish Manny nothing but the best. I would be lying if I didn't say I wasn't hurt, that he didn't contact me personally about this decision, but the great times we enjoyed together far outweigh that. End quote. So that basically tells you right there that Freddie Roach was pretty much hoed by the great Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? This is my thing though. Manny Pacquiao is no longer the popular fighter that he once was, right? His popularity really boosted because he was supposed to be the hero that was going to beat the villain in Floyd Mayweather, right? And that popularity boost really started from 2009, right? So around that time until 2016 when they actually fought, his popularity was really based on him being the only guy that could possibly give Floyd Mayweather that loss. Well, when he didn't beat Floyd Mayweather, all the fans that were on the Manny Pacquiao bandwagon for the last 7 years, they left. And they actually moved over to Gennady Golovkin. That's really what happened, right? So he stopped being that popular fighter. And you've seen that in his last couple of fights, right? The rematch with fucking Tim Bradley was for the WBO interim title. A guy like Manny Pacquiao shouldn't be fighting for no interim title. He should have automatic claim as a contender for any title in the division. But his popularity was no longer where it was at. So he had to fight for an interim title, right? The Jesse Vargas fight. You got fucking the Jeff Horn fight that was on ESPN. No longer a pay-per-view attraction, right? You know, the Tim Bradley fight was on ESPN, I believe. It wasn't on pay-per-view. No longer that attraction, right? Fighting over in Malaysia, Brandon Rios and shit. He was no longer that popular attraction, right? So at this point in time, after losing to a C-level fighter, and yes, he's still a C-level fighter in my eyes, and Jeff Horn, that pretty much took all the wind out of his sails, whatever wind was left. So with Manny splitting from Freddie Roach at this point in time, it's really not that big of a deal on Freddie Roach's end, in my opinion. You know, if we're talking from a business aspect, Manny Pacquiao, it's always money. If you're able to be in somebody's camp, it's always money. You're gonna get paid, right? But Manny Pacquiao wasn't bringing in that big ass revenue like he used to be. And he's nowhere near that anymore, right? Plus he got all this debt and shit that he has. It's almost a guarantee that Freddie Roach really wasn't getting paid. At some point, actually, I think after the Jeff Horn fight, for a while, Freddie Roach was in the media saying that he wasn't getting paid. He still hadn't seen his money, right? It was like a good month or two after the Jeff Horn fight that Freddie Roach was saying, yo, Manny Pacquiao still ain't paid me. You know what I'm saying? So I can only speculate as to why Manny didn't give him his money right away. But what we do know is that Manny's in fucking up to his neck in debt. You know what I'm saying? Even being the mayor of the Philippines, he's still up to his neck in debt. You know what I mean? So maybe the money was going there. I don't know. But the point is, he's still not bringing in the kind of revenue that he was when he fought Shane Mosley, you know, Antonio Margarito, Oscar De La Hoya, right? He's not bringing in that money anymore because Mayweather fucked it up for him. And Jeff Horn put the fucking cherry on top. See, Floyd Mayweather baked the chocolate cake, and the Jeff Horn came and put chocolate icing on top of the chocolate cake. You know what I'm saying? So at that point in time, you know, it's no longer, in my opinion, a big loss for Freddie Roach for Manny to split ways. So maybe that's why Freddie Roach isn't all in the media, you know, oh, motherfucker. That's probably why he's not doing all that, you know, and maybe because he really does love Manny Pacquiao. I don't know. I really don't care. But from a business aspect, looking at Manny Pacquiao, who is pretty much on his way out. I mean, this Lucas Matthysse fight is a fight that he could definitely lose and possibly get knocked out in, given his age and given how he's looked, right, in his most recent fight. There's a possibility he get knocked the fuck out. I don't think Freddie Roach is losing anything. Now, from a personal standpoint, like I said, he probably did really love Manny Pacquiao. They've been together, you know, for 16 years, 34 fights total, right? So maybe he really did love Manny Pacquiao. From a personal aspect, I can see how it hurts him. But his money ain't really going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's almost done any fucking way. I think Lucas Matthysse fucks around and knocks him out. Even if he beats Lucas Matthysse, who is he realistically going to beat at 147? He can't beat any of the top guys. He already showed he couldn't beat Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn has a belt, but he's still not one of the top guys in my opinion. Everybody else at 147 murks Jeff Horn. Terrence Crawford's getting ready to murk him in June. You know what I'm saying? So once Terrence Crawford gets that WBO belt, you know, all the belts are going to be in the hands of guys that Manny Pacquiao will get fucking ran over by. You see what I'm saying? So realistically, what can he really do even if he beats Lucas Matthysse, who himself is kind of a fucking a washed fighter at this point in time? So it is what it is. I don't think it's that big of a deal from a business aspect, but I can understand from the personal. Next! And the last of this segment. Now, as we all already know, Tyson Fury signed back with Frank Warren. I remember it was probably a month ago, Tyson Fury came out and said, yeah, I got a big announcement. Y'all don't want to miss this shit. But the big announcement was just to tell us that he's signing back with Frank Warren. You know what I'm saying? So, not really a big announcement at the end of the day. We already knew that he was coming back. If that's what was supposed to be manifested within the big announcement, we already fucking knew that he was coming back. He had all these goddamn videos of him training and shit, talking shit, saying that he's coming back. So if that was the news, like I said, that was supposed to be manifested within him signing back with Frank Warren, we already knew that. He fucked it up. He fucked up the surprise long ago, right? But rumors have been circulating all over the place who he's going to fight in June. And one of the biggest ones that caught my eye was that he's going to be fighting Bermane Stiverne. Yo, I got a picture of Bermane Stiverne dropping down to his knees in joy when he found out he would be possibly getting in the ring with Tyson Fury next. Check it out. That motherfucker was happy than a motherfucker, wasn't he? Man, get the fuck out of here. Look, all right, check it out, check it out, check it out. I can't be critical. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury been out of the ring, I think, what, 3 years, dog? 2 years, whatever. I'm not looking at his box rec, but the last fight he had was when he became the unified and lineal champion after beating Vladimir Klitschko. I believe that was in 2015, right? That's the last time he's fought. Since then, the nigga been sniffing cocaine. He been fucking a lot of hoes. He been getting fat, eating a whole lot of pizza and shit. You know what I mean? So we got to give him somewhat of the benefit of the doubt. Even though a lot of his troubles were his fault, we still got to give him somewhat of the benefit of the doubt, right? Because he actually did get himself back into shape. His mind is back on the boxing, and he's attempting to make a comeback for the correct reasons, right? He's actually turned himself around. So we got to give him somewhat of the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, you could take on a motherfucker that literally just finished doing the limbo in the ring against Deontay Wilder in his last fight. You could take on that cat for now. Maybe 2 or 3 fights, you could take on lesser competition. But after that third fight, we expect to see you in one of the big motherfuckers, either Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. And that's exactly what the plan is. Eddie Hearn has been talking about Tyson Fury getting back in the ring for a while now, possibly with Anthony Joshua. And it's a way to kind of postpone the fight with Deontay Wilder. Now, with those two in negotiations right now, we're not sure if Tyson Fury will actually be that problem that postpones that fight. They might actually end up fighting this year, you know what I'm saying, Joshua and Wilder. So we'll see what happens. But the shit was just funny to me, man, when I heard Bermane Stiverne as one of the cats that he might be fighting. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell Bermane Stiverne beats Tyson Fury. Actually, man, I should have did a roast promo. And if y'all haven't already looked, man, go check out that new Nathaniel Gallimore roast promo I put up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers been asking about it for weeks and shit. You know what I mean? Go check it out. But I should have did a roast promo on fucking Bermane Stiverne. Talking all that shit prior to the Deontay Wilder rematch in the press conference. Nigga was at the podium like, yeah, licking his lips. Licking his lips like that and shit. You can hear this shit all on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, when I get in the ring, you know, oh man, you know, it's over. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. This nigga lasted 15 seconds. This nigga over here doing the limbo, some quadricep stretches and shit in the ring. Motherfucking head hanging out the rope. Get the fuck out of here, dog. I should have did a roast promo on his ass. But it is what it is. I'm actually curious to see where Tyson Fury's at. A lot of people don't like Tyson Fury, but he's actually one of the better fighters at heavyweight when he was active and he was actually serious on boxing. I had always said that Tyson Fury would be a problem from the jump. I had picked Tyson Fury to defeat Vladimir Klitschko. I said Tyson Fury was going to do it easily. I have the videos up still on my channel where I made that prediction. I said he was going to do it easily. I said basically he was going to box him from the outside. He was going to turn Vladimir Klitschko into an inside fighter, which is something Vladimir has never been able to do in his career. He's not an inside fighter. So it was an easy win for me, and that's exactly what Fury did. So if he could get back to that Fury, he's a problem for Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, let alone the other contenders in the division. So we'll see, man. I'm actually very curious, and I'm intrigued to see where he's at. All right? YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these topics, but be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.